Good afternoon and welcome to my latest live session, which is entitled Setting Up Live Chat in HubSpot. Those of you that follow me and regularly attend my shows know that these sessions are all about trying to give you as much value as I possibly can in 20 minutes, delivering something that you can practically take away. I typically am going to be talking to you around HubSpot, the free portal, so you can jump on, you can register, you can get all of this stuff that I'm teaching you set up and implemented in your website and your business immediately. Now, the kind of focus today is live chat. It's something that I've been talking about in the last few posts on LinkedIn, and it's a massive boom area, particularly in the B2B world. So for B2C consumer sites, obviously people have been using these for the last 18 months, 2 years, maybe a little bit longer in some instances. But now more so than ever, B2B businesses are needing to have live chat installed. The data is showing that consumers, customers, prospects, they want to be able to communicate in a way that fits in their lifestyle. I know that I personally am a huge fan of live chat. It allows me to multitask, to kind of get on with my life whilst also have a conversation, maybe seek some technical support, maybe to find out just a really simple answer to something that's not clear on a website. And I don't want to have to sit on hold on a telephone listening to green sleeves. And I can keep moving. I can take that on my mobile. I can continue to get on with things. Live chat is a godsend. The technologies behind it allow you to resume and pick up conversations. So it's all done through, without being a technical geek here, but there's obviously cookie tracking that's going on. There are session data, so people can start and stop. I know banking are using it heavily within their own apps as well. So if you haven't got live chat, I think you're starting to understand. I think you should get it today. And I'm going to show you just about how you can go ahead and do that. So let's jump onto HubSpot. Again, those of you familiar with my sessions, this is the opening screen for your dashboard library. When you first come to HubSpot, you set up a portal, you're going to be presented with this screen. When we finally get round to setting those dashboards up, this will look very different. This is the default view that you get when you initially create a hub. So in order to get live chat, which is where we want to do, we're going to head up and we're going to click in the top black bar and we're going to go along to conversations and then to chat flows. So as you'll see, there's a message here at the top of my screen telling me that I need to install my tracking code. This is a demo portal, so I don't actually use this, so ignore that safely. But for yourselves, if you're happening to see that, then the very first thing you need to do is go ahead, click this button in blue at the top, where it says get tracking code, grab that code and ask your web developer or your web admin to install that into the HTML of the page. Any problems, send me a DM, more than happy to help you get that set up as well. We're going to go ahead and look at setting up. So firstly, I'm going to go, conversations and inbox. And here in HubSpot, anyway, they have the conversational section. Now, this is them bringing together all of the communication methods that they believe most businesses handle. So live chat being one, as you'll see here, chat, email. Now, often you'll have multiple people that look after a group email, such as sales at or info at, and that allows you to program that shared email box into HubSpot. And then any users of your HubSpot portal can actually respond to and from those emails. So you're also then going to actually be able to manage them. Typically, if you've got a setup where maybe it's a group, maybe it's a forwarder, and people receive the same email, you don't know who's actually replied. It can be bad if both of you reply with potentially even different message. Over the years, myself and Steve, we handle those here, and we used to copy each other into the reply, but it's very easy to forget. Bringing that into the conversations inbox here in HubSpot means that you can actually see when someone's responded, you can see what they responded, you can leave internal notes for each other. Same with chat. Then we have forms, so you can connect direct forms from your website straight into this inbox. So like customer service reps or sales reps can handle it. And Facebook Messenger, so that's effectively live chat for Facebook. So probably, again, people in the B2B world feel that that's not so relevant to them, But Facebook as a channel for B2B is huge. Particularly retargeting from paid advertising is a massive win. It's really cheap and has great results. From a B2C, it's you probably need to be living and breathing in Facebook and other socials. From a B2B, I would say it's something that you monitor. And by, again, having that connected to HubSpot, it means you don't have to actively monitor it day to day, because if somebody goes onto your Facebook page, wants to start that conversation, it's going to come and arrive straight into HubSpot, where you're already living day to day, managing your business. So your kind of internal process and flow is uninterrupted. So we're going to click onto chat, which is the big window second from the left. And it's going to bring us straight up to set up a chat. Now, this is, as you see, 1, 2, 3, 5 steps. I don't know why I counted them. It says step 1 of 5 in the top right, but there we go. And it's really, really simple. So we're going to be able to select our color. If you happen to know your brand color, go ahead and insert the hex. If not, take one that suits your fancy. Red, just because my branding for this is red. So we're going to go ahead, select the next in the bottom right. And then we're going to understand who is going to be able to use this. So who is going to be showing up. So you can see there, actually in this portal, I am the only user. So certainly it will be me. So you can search for teams and users. You can search for contact owners. So what that means is, if your customer or a known customer within HubSpot actually comes to your website, it can identify that customer through the record, and it could notify the contact owner. So if you happen to have multiple sales reps and they look after their own customers, it can very cleverly identify when that specific customer is on your website and direct the chat straight to them. So personal that they're not going to be handled by people that don't know them. It's literally going to go to the inbox of the sales rep that they deal with. So you can go like, hey Rob, it's Mark. Just wanted to pick up where we left off, and amazing from a customer service point of view. But you can have, as it says here, roles and owners, or you can create like a bot, which we'll get into later. So for now, I'm going to leave it at Rob. Then we're going to have your initial opening. So, by default here, it says, got any questions? I'm happy to help. Tailor that to your business, make this as personal as possible. Like, hi, I would love to help you with your HubSpot issues. Please let me know what is wrong. So there you go, just type what it is. Again, you've got a decision. Do you want that window to pop up automatically when somebody gets to the site or not? So by default it's ticked. I'm actually not a huge fan of that personally. I think that people now know what the live chat icon looks like. They know where that it's going to be in the bottom right hand corner of most websites. And if you've not put it in the bottom right hand corner, I'd love to know the reasons in your mind why not, because as users, we are, like behavior. Contact us should always be top right, telephone number top right, live chat bottom right. Just, it works. I've got data that can show you that. If you want to talk about that separately, feel free to message me. So we're going to go ahead and click next in the bottom right now. And then we're going to start to look about when do we want this to be running. So, we can say during business hours, which we can set. We can base it on the status of an individual in the portal. So each individual can set their own availability as to, actually whether they're active, inactive, set hours. If they have a set lunch break, for example, they could program that out. Or you can always have it on. I wouldn't advise that if you're not going to be 24/7, because the most frustrating thing of live chat would be somebody trying to have a conversation and nobody answering, not very live. So again, this setup for me is just for demo. So we're just going to run with Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We're based on a time zone here in Europe. If you're different, please just click that button and select the right time zone. And then it's asking us the availability of behavior. So, if we know that the visitors are more engaged when they know availability, so it says there is someone here to help, then you can go ahead. So we can put a typical reply time. So custom response, we can say, I don't know, 2 minutes, because we're very active. So what that's actually going to say is that when we're available, we typically respond to your message in 2 minutes. You know, if we happen to be away, we can set a different one to say like, we're gonna show a message to say, sorry, we're not here to help you at the moment. Please send us an email. And again, outside business hours, you can say that there's don't have it, so then there's no questions around it. You can also have an away message again to say something along the lines of, you know, we're currently not around, but please send us an email. We will be back at 9 o'clock British Standard Time, or whatever you might want. I'm going to leave that as show return time. That's going to be based on my availability that I set here in the business hours. So it's going to calculate the current time and tell them the next available time. So when we're done with that, we're going to click next, and we can start to see a preview. So here is the chat, how it's going to pop up on our website. You can close the button and you can see this is what it looks like when the chat is just there. So by clicking the red X, you're going to notice that, as you see. And then again, we can open it back up just to see how that looks. And everything looks to be perfect. And therefore, we're going to go ahead and click next. And we have two methods of installation. So if your HubSpot portal has been previously connected to the WordPress plugin, then it will automatically be able to install that on your site. Other than that, you can go ahead and grab the code. So you can enter your email address. It's going to send you a chunk of code. So you can take that code and again, as I said before, go back to your web developer, go back to your web admin internally, fall back, send me a direct message. More than happy to help you get that set up. It will be a really simple reason of taking some code, dropping it into the header block of your HTML template, your default template, and up and away you will be going. So I'm going to click skip for now because I don't actually want to install this. And we can go ahead and see what happens next. So once that has been installed and your tracking code is running, that is instantly live based on the set criteria that you set up in your availability and team members. So what will happen now is twofold. You can control how you're notified by live chat. So if you are actually daily active in HubSpot as a portal, so I have a tab permanently open because I use this all the time, then it will start to pop up and you're going to get a notification say someone has started a live chat. You can do multiple connections. So a heavily used one here at Finally is Slack. So we connect our HubSpot portal to Slack. We have a dedicated channel in Slack, which is then connected to our live chat on our website, which means actually I can handle and reply to live chats through HubSpot on our website from Slack, if you keep up with me, but that's pretty cool. Slack is obviously my main go-to communications tool that I am literally in every minute of every day, including on my mobile. What this now means is it brings that connected world in wherever I am. If someone starts a live chat on Facebook, someone starts a live chat on our website, it's going to notify me in Slack, and I can pick that conversation right up wherever I am from my mobile, from my desktop, straight in Slack. You can also set it to email you. Now, the problem I find with email, if I'm honest, it's a little bit too delayed. So unless you're going to tell people up front that you typically respond to a message within, say, 5 minutes, and then you get that email, you then jump across to the website or come across to HubSpot to pick up that conversation, fair enough. But for me, I try to instantly reply. My aim is to try and respond to somebody the moment that they start a live chat. And it proves that leads come in, they want that conversation. In fact, we actually had a lead come to us that very way last week. I missed their live chat because I was distracted and hadn't set my settings, so my bad. But what it enabled me to do was within 2 minutes, I'd have got all their details, I'd sent them a message back on the chat. I then actually picked up the phone, gave them a call and said, hey, I know you were just trying to talk to me. How can I help? And obviously that was a good response and the conversations have continued. So this view that we're now in is conversations and inbox. So you get to that, as I said at the top, conversations and inbox. And this is going to bring all of those conversations. Now we've only got live chat installed on here. And this is obviously a sample conversation that's come in. So if someone were to now go ahead and use our live chat, it would open up a new conversation, which would appear just below Maria here in this pane. And then the live chat itself would be in the main window, and you just chat as logic tells you. Write a message here into the chat window and clicking send. Obviously, I can't send this, it's not real. And then this little tab that says comment, this is an internal comment. So you can internally mention things. If you're having a conversation with a customer or a prospect and you want to mention to your fellow colleagues something, you can just tag them into that conversation. So you have the conversation in real time with the person that's there. If they're a known contact of yours, you're going to get this pop-up window of their details. If they're not, it's going to come up as an unassigned contact. And what this means is that your work during the live chat should be to gain information on them, such as their name and their email address. You can then go ahead and enter that into the details, and that will create a contact record. It will then associate this live chat to that contact record, so you have a history of that chat forevermore. But also it means that the next time that person comes back to your website, they're going to be an identified contact. And that means that you can pick up that conversation in a totally different way, because you'll be able to go, hey Maria, thanks for coming back to the site. What can I help you with today, for example? So if you happen to have live chats come in and you don't get their email address or they're not a contact, and you wish to retrospectively go through and assign those conversations back, you can also do that. So when there are multiple conversations that build up in the pane, you can look at that, and over the right hand side it will say assign to contact, and HubSpot will do a very good job of trying to actually guess those in the future. So it'll say, oh, we believe this is contact X, and you can kind of make sure that you do some manual checks and go, yeah, it is, and you can assign that. Why do you want to assign it? Well, if I jump over to this contact record here that we're looking at, what that means is that within the contact itself and in the activity filter, you're going to start to see that there was a live chat. So you can see here, there's a live chat. I can expand upon that live chat, and I can actually get a glance of the kind of how that conversation began. And then I can click view conversation in the bottom left-hand corner, and that will jump me straight to the full conversation in the inbox. So by associating everything, again, it just builds up that history. It kind of gives you all of the tools you need to look and service after your customers in the best possible way. So I think that is really all I can talk to you about today in terms of how to go ahead and get a live chat set up and installed on your website. You can do that in honestly 5 minutes or less. Go ahead and do it. Please, please, please. You know, the stats that I've been sharing with you over the last couple of days on my LinkedIn is, 79% of people would prefer to deal with live chat. The conversion rate data is like an increase by 1 in 4 for people that can close deals. And it is not just a B2C world anymore. This is a B2B world. This is for those of you that have a website. Let's make this website work. Let's help you to generate some leads, close some business, and make your website the most valuable tool that it possibly can be. I really hope you found today useful. Any questions, please either subscribe to our YouTube channel, send me a DM, and I'd love to see you again next week. Thanks very much, and I will see you soon.